Hello, hello Nancy. Hello Nancy. Are we doing recording on Teams as well?
Lost like me, then it's alright. Go get it on. Go get it on. Go get it on. I want somebody to tell me that I'm not alone. That we're not
Welcome, everyone. My name is Narcis Mbuyu, and welcome to another episode of Inspire SA. Um, a big welcome once more. Today is one of a special day, to be honest. We have to say that It's the first time we're having such an episode early, but Inspire SA is a global thing, so we have to accommodate everyone's time zone specifically. So, without any ado or waste of time, I would like to introduce our speakers for today, or the guest on our call. We have Kiran from all the way from Pakistan. We have Oroluwa from Nigeria as well, and we also have Sammy, who's also on the call with us. Welcome, everyone. Let me welcome, a very big welcome. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are completely audible. Hi everyone. Hello Narcis. Hello Urubula and Samyullah. Hope you are all doing great.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much
Um,
for joining.
yes. So I think they're having a problems with their mics, but I'm sure they're gonna get to say something along the episode as we go through. We may go ahead and start. Um, oh, yeah, you may say something, Oluwa. You
Yeah,
may
good morning, everyone. It's nice to be here.
Yes, it's nice to meet you too as well, and I hope it can be an interactive session. Sammy, you there? Okay. Sammy seems to be having some problems.
Hello, hello.
Welcome, Sammy, as well. I hope. Yeah,
Yes.
welcome once again. So, without any further ado, over to you, Kiran. You may share your screen for us to start.
hmm Okay, I'm sharing. Okay, it's already sharing. Lovely, awesome. So thank you so much for joining. Shall we wait 2 to 3 minutes for a few people to join?
Um, I would say that we're gonna get more audiences along the way.
Mm-hmm.
We can start because it's a live stream. They'll be able to join.
Okay, no problem. So, hey guys, I'm Kiran Amin Panjwani and I'm an open source contributor, a front end developer, and a fourth semester student. Other than that, I'm a part of 2 to 3 communities. For example, I'm volunteering at Meditex as a graphic designer, and I'm a core team member of a Google Developers Student Club at my university, and a core team member of Let's Build Together community. So I'm here to exchange some thoughts on the topic open source. Um, Before starting the session, let's make the conversation a little more interactive. Let me know in the chat box what's your name and where are you from, your semester, and what are you studying right now. Hey guys, I'm audible. Am I audible to you guys?
Yes, you are. Um, Sorry about that. My mic was
Okay.
muted.
Oh, cool. We got one response from Pravi. Um, he's from London. Wow. Okay.
Yes,
Great,
there's it.
great. Oh, wow. We have someone from Pakistan as well. Your name, please.
Um, is there as well.
Oh,
We have
great.
Amir as
Wow. We have Amir from Pakistan. Okay. Let me know this semester, your semester, and what are you studying right now? Like, are you from the computer science department or the software engineering department? Okay, Ahmed, cool.
Um, looks like we
Okay,
have a
so
lot of
I
audiences
think
in
we have
Pakistan.
some internet issues. No problem at all. Do you guys have any idea about open source, or have you heard this word before? Okay, you are from computer science. Okay, software engineering. Have you heard the word open source before?
Mm,
Okay, cool. So
Praveen?
what it is actually, Praveen? What do you think what open source is? Okay, Ahmad, we have heard it too. Drop your thoughts as well. Collaborating with others, sharing your learning experiences, opening up for comments. Okay. Teamwork is the main thing. Okay, all right. So, open source is basically, let me see the comment once more. Okay. Okay, so basically in programming world, developers use a term named as a source code. The source code is simply a
Iran?
written piece of code. Yes.
I'm sorry to disturb. Can you see the comments while you're presenting? Can you please go back on the presentation?
Okay.
Can you see the comments
No,
on the
I
screen?
can't see it, but I'm switching the tabs.
Okay, I just wanted to
Okay.
make sure. Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay. Okay. No
Maybe
problem. No
it's
problem.
about that.
Okay, so I was saying that in programming world, developers use a term named as source code. The source code is simply a written piece of code to design a program. So any kind of source code which is open for all or is publicly available is called open source. Now, publicly available source code allows the developers to fix any bug, to modify it, to add another feature to the program, and update it after requesting the actual owner of the source code. In this way, the developers can contribute easily. The basic and the most frequently used platform for the open source contribution by the young developers is GitHub. Okay, so moving on towards the best aspects of the open source using GitHub. Okay, so there are, first of all, there are no restrictions. The repository or the projects are open for everybody. Therefore, no one can create the issue. Therefore, anyone can create the issue or the pull request on the repositories. If you can see at the left side, multiple people have created the multiple type of pull requests. Also, just for now, don't get confused with the terms I use: issues, pull requests, and the repositories, and etc. I will explain it one by one. First of all, if I talk about a repository, so a repository is a history track on your profile where you upload your files of your project. And what are the issues? So issues is a type of comment you drop for the owner to let him know that where the problem appears in his code. or on which section you want to work. Then coming on to the pull request. So pull request is also a type of comment which is created after making certain type of changes in the actual and the main code, so that the owner can see your work and merge it with his main code accordingly. Moving on to the second point, the source code is publicly accessible, as I said earlier, so that anyone can use the source code for their personal learning purposes. Most of the time, the beginners search for the basic projects to learn coding techniques and improve their concepts or to complete their projects. Whereas on the other hand, you can upload your basic projects as a contributor on the GitHub to encourage the other learners as well. If you can see on the left side, there are multiple projects uploaded in a particular repository. So these are not you can say, very large projects. These are small and basic projects which will help the other learners to learn some coding techniques or some small kind of learning coding skills and all that. The third part might excite you more, that there is no language barrier in the open source. You can contribute according to your preferable language. It could be either Java, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Python, Node.js, React, and many more. Here I have shown you some projects based on different languages as the example. Also, I will share the link of some websites at the end of the session. And if you can see here, these projects includes multiple languages, right? As I said before. Then moving on to the fourth part, your contributions are always visible to others through your profile. So try to contribute as much as you can every month, as the GitHub itself manages the track of your contributions. As you can see on my screen, this is a track record of my profile and my contributions over here. The greater the contribution and the stronger the profile. Um, Also, your profile picture will be visible in the contribution section after your contribution is merged with the main branch. So you can see my profile over here as well, uh, as I have contributed to some particular repository. So that's why it is showing over here. It's cool, right? Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Awesome, awesome. So, if I talk about my journey as an example with you all guys, so I have started the open source journey through the GSOC. GSOC stands for the Girl Script Summer of Code, and I earned a Pull Shark badge after total 10 PRs. The PR means pull request. Okay. Also, these appreciations motivated me so much that after that I have recently contributed to the Microsoft's repository named as academic content, where I have uploaded the tracker expense calculator, and successfully it got merged. So you can also see the screenshot over here. Uh, After the session, I would appreciate if you all make some small contributions to some random repositories on the GitHub, or to my repositories and share it with me, I will surely give you some shout outs. Okay. Thank you very much, Praveen. Thank you. Thank you, Ahmed. Thank you, Samiola. Okay, now how to find a good repository and some important points need to be checked each time you find a repository for the contribution. First of all, uh, project searching using the keywords on the GitHub. So you can either search the project by its name, or by the language, or by the owner's name if you know any. For example, if I go to I can show you my profile. So this is my GitHub profile. And here is the search bar. Okay, so if I type here calculator, am I audible?
Yes, you are, Kiran.
Okay. So let's suppose if I want to search a code for the calculator, I will write calculator. And remember one thing, always click on all GitHub. Okay, so it will show all the relatable results to you. You can see it's showing the multiple languages on this side, the left side, and the number of issues and pull requests uh, from overall GitHub, right? It's fine if you want to use the project just for learning purposes, but if you want to contribute in a project, always check the number of issues created in the repository. Okay, and this will also support my second point. It will that whether the repository is active or inactive, we have to check that how many commits, issues, and pull requests are made to a particular project. For example, let's say if I open this project over here, if I go to the issues tab, you can see there are multiple issues created by many people. Okay, but I also need to check that how many issues have been closed, because if uh, there are some projects where if I can show you, wait a minute, see here, uh, there are some projects where people create issues and pull requests, but the owner is inactive. Okay, so it's useless, right? So always check that is it the project active or inactive before making any contribution. Okay, moving on to the third part. Before any contribution and before creating any sort of issues, always make sure to read the readme.md file present in the repository. The readme file has the contribution guidelines required by the owner of the repository. For example, if I can show you, let's suppose this is a repository and this is its readme file. Okay, the readme file is showing over here. So it has some particular guidelines which will help you to contribute as a beginner. Okay, make sure to read it thoroughly. And the last point you need to ensure that you must check whether the repository has a license file or not. The license file shows that the repository is maintained by some authorized community to improve a good software. So, if um, for example, if I open this project, this repository, if you can see, this is the license file mentioned over here. If I opened it up, it has too much details in it, but you don't need to read it. It's just for the confirmation that whether the repository is authorized or not, right? Um so these are some points you need to ensure before making or creating any contribution. Uh, the most frequently asked question is that rather we would get paid for the open source contributions or not. So now you might wonder that is there any way to get paid for contributions, right? So normally, the open source contributions is free of cost, but if your profile and the coding practices is very strong, then the larger software companies or some GitHub sponsors might hire you and pay you for your contributions uh, in their repositories. So, are we good till now?
Yes.
Okay.
Um, I have to say it's quite an interactive session. To be honest, I'm
Okay.
quite new to open source. I've never heard about it
Mm-hmm.
up until now, and
Okay.
so far I've learned a lot. That's what I can say.
Okay, okay, that's so cool. Um,
Mm.
okay, so moving on towards if let's suppose if you are a beginner, then you might wonder that how could it benefit you if you don't even have the stronger profile yet, right? So as I have mentioned earlier that GitHub maintains all your work records, right? Which will help you to showcase your work perfectly to the others. Okay. Um, also, an improved profile will help you to impress with larger companies and easily get jobs. Get jobs. Also, it will improve your skills, your self-learning capabilities, and it will also clear your concepts. For example, if I uh, say that if I'm a first semester student, okay, and I don't have much knowledge about the CSS or the backend React.js, so what would I do? Normally, people go on Google and search for the different coding codes, okay, but sometimes it is very difficult uh, to select different chunks of the codes and gather them and create a project. So rather than going to the Google, it would be a more easier for you to just search it on the GitHub and select any one project and learn the coding exercises easily from the repository, right? Okay.
Kiran,
The Yes.
we have a question from He says, "What are some of the disadvantages?" Are
Okay.
you going to get to that?
Hmm. So there are not any such disadvantages of the open source contribution, as it is not harming you in any way, right? It's just the open source contributions are just for the learning, to improve your learning practices, and to improve your profile, your work, and that's all. Because if I'm a beginner, I need something to work with, right? I need connections, I need projects to showcase my work, right? So the open source and the GitHub platform is the easiest platform which will help you to easily contribute and make your contributions count, right? Okay. Yeah, it was a very good question. So lastly, contributing to different repositories and getting feedbacks from the owners will help you to build stronger connections, as I said, right? And then it will benefit you in the future as well. So I want you all to remember these all solid points and start contributing today. I have mentioned some good links over here. I'm also dropping these links in the chat box so that you can share these. Okay.
We'll be sure to share it in the comment section as well, and in the description as well, so the people, our audience may have access to it.
Okay. Okay. So
May
these
you
are, yes.
may
Yes.
you see through to the chat, please?
Shall I drop it here?
Yes, please.
Yes. Here you go.
Thank
So
you.
these are some good repository links. For example, the Girl Trip Summer of Code, as I have mentioned before. So this is a website actually, and here you can find many projects. For example, if I go here and if I search for JavaScript, if I want to search for a JavaScript project, so here you can go. I got uh, I got one, two, three, four, five. I got many projects. If you open any one of them, for example, it will let to you the GitHub. Okay, so here is the repository where you can find the README file, the license, and you can also see other contributors as well. You can see the languages involved in this repository. Okay, and you can see the pull request. Also, one more thing, while creating any issue, please go through once that either the issue is resolved before or not. For example, if I say that, let's suppose I'm opening this repository and opening the link is mentioned at the right side. Okay, here you can visit the actual output of the code, the actual website. So this is a website created by someone. Here you can see that many people, the design, the front end, the working, the JavaScript, the animations, and all that. For let's suppose if you want to improve this form, the form, this one, the issue here form. So let's please check it once that either the issue is resolved already or not. the form section is already the issue for the form section is already been created. Okay, and it is created by me. Okay, so these are some solid points to note. Okay, great. So okay, so thank you very much. I really
Um,
appreciate your comments and uh,
Kiran, do you know what is cat intake resume?
sorry.
You know what is cat intake resume?
No, I'm so sorry. I don't know about this. I have heard this first time.
Oh, I see. No, I'm just asking because Praveen also mentioned it, so I
Yeah, yeah.
thought you.
Praveen, can you please brief it a bit?
While we wait for Praveen, I just want to ask Kiran if you finish your presentation.
Yeah, my presentation is almost finished. I would thank you very much for all joining. Thank you.
Uh, no
And
problem.
that's all from my side.
Wow. So I guess we can jump to the questions that we may
Yes.
have. So, as I said, I'm quite new to open source. So, what are some of the motivation that that can motivate me to contribute to open source? Because it's free and nobody really likes free stuff. But what are some of the motivations that one can have to contribute to open source? That's my question.
Okay, so as I have discussed it before, that uh, that as a beginner, you should make some contributions to highlight yourself among other developers, right? You might want to build your profile, right? You might want to stronger your skills. So open source contribution will help you to improve your skills, your self-learning capabilities, and some coding concepts. The greater you contribute, the greater and the stronger your profile would be, right? So you can easily showcase your work through GitHub repositories to others, and it will help you to get jobs easily, and also it will encourage other learners.
I see. I see. Well, because basically one thing that I've noted about web development or programming in general is that we need each other to survive in the industries, and we
Yes.
learn off one another. So that's what GitHub or open source enables one to partake
Mhm.
basically emotion of learning from one another. Basically, that's what
Yes, right.
I'm taking from what you just told me right now. Um,
Mm.
the next question that I have right now is how is it beneficial contributing to open source? I think you touched it in one of the slides. Some of the benefits of contributing to open source for a
Mhm.
beginner.
Yeah, as a beginner, if I can show you once more, uh, that first of all, it has no language barrier, right? You can contribute at any language, any project, or to any repository. So it's upon you that what kind of project you choose. It's upon your interest, right? The more you contribute, more your profile would be stronger. Okay,
Mm.
so your stronger profile will help you to get jobs easily. Some large companies might hire you and may pay you a good amount, right? Also, if you can see contributing to different repositories and getting some recommendations and feedbacks from the repository owners will help you to build connections, which will also help you to find some good software companies in the tech world. So yeah, that's
I
all.
see. I see. Um, so I just want also one last question from my side before I open the floor to Sami and
Mm-hmm.
Orolua. I just want to ask: is GitHub the only place we can contribute to open source?
Sorry, can you repeat it again?
Is GitHub the only place where we can contribute to open source? Is GitHub the only place where we can contribute to
Okay,
open
okay. So
source?
no. GitHub is not only one place, but as a beginner, I would suggest you to start contributions from this platform. Then gradually you can go on different platforms, different websites, and different repositories. There is GitLab. There are different websites available, and also if I have shared it, yes, I have shared different links here. For example, the MLH, it's Major League Hacking. This is also a website where you can contribute. Okay, there are many large softwares where you can contribute. So yes, Praveen, exactly. These are some platforms too where you can contribute. Yes, GitLab. As I told you, GitLab. Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you for
GitLab.
that.
Yes.
Quite
Thank.
informative, to be honest. I've really learned a lot, to be honest, in this session. From my zero knowledge of open source to now, I have to say 10%. But because the more you do it by yourself, the more you learn. Basically, what you just introduced me to open source, basically, and I'm sure to the audience as well. That's on my side. That's my take. I just now want to share the platform to Orolua and Sami if they have any questions, and then want to do a shout out to our audience who have joined us, and we really appreciate their time and support who've come through. Sami and Orolua, would you like to say something as we conclude?
Yes, it was really a great session, and
Okay.
I would yes. So there is a last part of this series in which we will give some amazing gifts, LinkedIn premiums accounts. So don't forget to join our last part of the series. There is a giveaway of
Yes,
LinkedIn
I would
premiums.
like to add one more thing. In the third part of in this series, we will be teaching you how to actually contribute, uh, practically using GitHub, and how to find a good repository, and how to create a README file, how to upload files, and all that, and how to push the your code to the main branch. Okay, so please join us in the third part, and you can meanwhile you can contribute to our repositories as well. If I can show you my this is my profile. You can go here and contribute to my repositories as well. Shall I drop this also? Drop the
Yes,
link?
please. Yes.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So this
Um.
is
um,
my
okay.
profile.
Got it. Orolua, would you like to say something as we conclude? Is she there? Orolua? Okay, I'm not sure what's happening with Orolua, but yeah, I just want to share some shout outs to our audience for coming through. We are about to conclude now. Um, so there we are right now. So I think Orolua just left. She's coming back in right now.
Yeah, she's
Um,
there.
oh,
She's there.
yes.
Hello, can
Orolua,
you hear me now?
yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, I was having issues with my network. I apologize for that. It was really an enlightening session. Like Narcissus said, I've never like dug deep into open source, but with this, it was really enlightening, and I learned a lot considering the advantages that it has. It's been good and awesome, and I really hope everyone here gained one or two things from it. So really an
Thank you
enlightening
very
session.
much.
Thank you, Kieran.
Yes,
Thank you very much. Thank
we
you
really
all
learned a
for
lot.
joining.
Yes.
Yes, it was
So
very nice session.
Thank you very much.
before we go, I just want to give some shout outs. Once again to Amia. Your name is there. It says very informative session. We also have Sahu Bab. I hope I'm
Suhaib. Suhaib.
Suhib. Sorry, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. It says we'll surely join again for our next section. Ahim
Ahmed.
says very informative, and then we also have Suresh.
Sehrish
Suresh
Panjwani.
Panjiwan. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Sorry if I'm not.
No problem.
Uh,
No problem.
she says you did a fantastic job, Kiran. Keep growing. And then also our guest once more, Praveen. Even though he's in the comments, he's really helped us a lot by sharing a lot of sources. Praveen, once more, another shout out to you. Um, so yeah, thank you again, guys, for joining us and tuning in. We really appreciate. As Sammy and Kiran just mentioned, right now there'll be another third session to conclude the series. Please don't forget to join that as well. We'll announce the date of the episode in due time. But other than that, thanks again for joining, and we'll keep in touch. Bye. Thank you again for joining.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.